Okay, this is a cowboy poem called The Rancher's Last Prayer.
Okay.
Well, old Zeke the rancher went one day to fix a distant fence. The wind was cold and gusty, the clouds rolled gray and dense. As he pounded his last staple in and gathered tools to go, the temperature had fallen, wind and snow began to blow. Well, when he finally reached his pickup, he felt a heavy heart. From the sound of that ignition, he knew it wouldn't start. So old Zeke did what most of us would do if we'd been there. He humbly bowed his balding head and sent aloft to prayer. Well, he turned the key for one last time, then softly cursed his luck. They found him 3 days later, frozen stiff in that old truck. Now, Zeke had been around in life. He had done his share of roaming, but when he saw heaven, he was shocked. It looked just like Wyoming. Of course, there were a few changes, for Rock Springs had been sent down below, and the wind in Casper and Cheyenne had entirely ceased to blow. Now, there were apostles and prophets in heaven, Zeke knew, and he had a question he wanted to ask them. So he looked them up, and he finally found a few. Now, of all the saints in heaven, his favorite was St. Peter, perhaps because Zeke liked to fish, just like the apostles' leader. So they sat and they talked an hour or two, or maybe it was 3. Nobody was keeping score. In heaven, time is free. Now, I've always heard, Zeke said to Pete, that God would answer prayer. That last time when I really needed him, well, God just wasn't there. Now, does he answer prayers of some and ignore the prayers of others? That don't seem exactly square. I know all men are brothers. Or does he randomly reply without good rhyme or reason? Perhaps it is the time of day, the weather, or the season. Now, I ain't trying to act smart. It's just the way I feel. And I was wondering, could you tell me just what the heck's the deal? Well, St. Peter listened very patiently until old Zeke was done. Then there were smiles of recognition, and he said, "So you're the one. That day when your truck wouldn't start and you sent your prayer flying, you gave us all a real bad time with thousands of us trying. 100 angels rushed to check the status of your file. But Zeke, seems we hadn't heard from you in quite a little while. And though all prayers are answered and God has got that quota, we didn't recognize your voice. We started a truck in North Dakota." So that's why you can't wait till the very last day before you start talking to the man upstairs. He might not recognize your voice.
You have to pray often.